Because a child that makes the parents cry all the time is not good.
Yeah.
You might see causes following that child, but the child will not know. When you are always making mommy unhappy or you're making daddy unhappy, it's automatically in the spirit realm. The child might not understand this now, but I hope a lot of your friends are listening.
Yeah.
They are listening because there are consequences, physical consequences, and there are spiritual consequences. I'm not going to take much of your time. Because at times, you will not see these things repeating itself when the child is grown and when the child has his or her own family.
Yeah.
Because there are times, if parents don't know when they say, this thing you are doing to me, your child will do it to you. That's a cause. It's not a good thing, but at times, out of frustration, you see parents doing that.
Yeah.
And when the child cannot follow simple rules, even in school, you see teachers will hate that child.
Yeah.
Everything that child does irritates the teachers. And you see them, some wicked teachers want to plan evil as in this child, I tell you, you will not go far.
Yeah.
And words are powerful. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I
love you guys. I saw three of you. I love you, and I hope you three are learning as well, so that people will know that it doesn't pay to be stubborn.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay not to follow rules. A lot of children have lost their life. I remember of a child that wanted to go and swim, and daddy said, "Do not go." Daddy thought the child was upstairs. Daddy was downstairs, or daddy, I can't remember now. And the child went out, and the child went to swim, and the child drowned. If the child had obeyed simple instruction, do not go out, that child would have been alive till today. These are lessons young people should learn. At times they will say, oh, it's old school, mommy is old school, daddy is old school. Mommy and daddy, they are old school, but they know more than the children. I don't know if I'm making any sense, my dear.
Yeah, you're making sense.
There are loads and loads. There are children, there are even adults of today that are supposed to have been greater or higher than where they are today. But because of stubbornness, they couldn't achieve anything.
Yeah.
Stubbornness will pull you down. You know, when you're making people cry, okay, let me ask you now, if they make you cry, will you be happy?
No, not even, no.
If you are busy troubling somebody, they say don't do this or so. So it's just not. Well, let me not take your time because other people might want to.
Sorry, Nikedele, can I just stop you there and ask you one question? If you had a rebellious child, how would you go about it?
If I have a rebellious child, I will start with love.
Yeah. I
will love the child. Because when you are dating, like when children are young and you date them there's what they call baths.
Yeah.
When you date a child, newborn babies, they don't date them in the bathroom. You don't date a newborn baby there. There's this bath, there's the way they date them inside. And because the water is dirty, does not mean you have to throw away the baby and the dirty water.
Yeah.
This is a parable. I don't know if you understand it.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, if you have a rebellious child, show that child love. Calm down and show the child love. Calm down as a parent and pray for the child. Keep praying. You have to keep praying.
Yeah. You
tell God to turn that child around. Because that's really all you can do. That does not mean you will not punish the child. You will find one or two ways on how you can punish that child when he does. But after punishing, to show the child a love and always talk, not shouting. I'm not saying shout, no. If it means if there are situations too, not that you plan to shout, but when the offense is so high, as a parent, You just can't help it. You see yourself screaming. But after screaming, calm down, sit the child down, and keep talking. I've seen children that changed from that. You can't send the child away. You cannot kill the child because you didn't create the child. So if I have a rebellious child, that's what I will do. Yeah. But I'm going to seize a lot of things though. I will seize a lot of things. If the child has siblings, maybe I'll buy something high for the other children. Because of stubbornness, I will just buy something low for the child. So and I will explain to the child that because of your stubbornness, that is why I'm doing this, that is why I'm doing that. Yeah, I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, you answered it perfectly. What do you guys think of the contribution?
Okay, thank you so much. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Thank you very much for calling in, and have a blessed day.
Bye-bye.
So that was Nikenda Lim calling in. She's been one of our first callers for the past few shows. So I just want to say thank you and shout out to Nikenda Lim calling from Dublin. And every time she's calling, she's even given very good and well-presented contributions. So thank you very much for that, Nikenda Lim. And she just talked about how she would go about things if she had a rebellious or disobedient child. And she answered it the perfect way. She was just telling us that, of course, you have to scold and shout, but after all of that, you have to show them love at the end of the day. But she gave a very perfect contribution there. But we're just going to go on a very quick halftime break and just listen to this music as well, please. Welcome back to Urock Radio. This is your host Nathaniel Echipue, and welcome back to my show, Youngest in Charge. For anybody that's just tuning in now, today I have two of my very special co-affiliates with me, David and Treasure, and we're just talking about, the topic for today is why it is not good to be a disobedient child or a rebellious child. And we had a very good caller in before the break, and she was just telling us, she explained everything. She explained how she would go about it if she had a rebellious child, and she was telling us why it is not good to be a rebellious child yourself. So, David and Treasure, could I please, David and Treasure, could I please ask you guys, what do you guys think makes a child be rebellious?
So, in my opinion, as a previous caller just called, I really think that you're technically being a selfish person if you're rebellious, because you're only thinking about what you think and what you care about. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
I agree with David, because if you're a rebellious child, you need to look at stuff from other people's perspective as well, because you can be rude to someone else only thinking about yourself, but you don't know what that person thinks in their mind.
Yeah. So
being rebellious is it's not good. Maybe you have bad friends that peer pressure, that's one thing. Your parents didn't show you enough love. Yeah. So you can just end up being rebellious when you grow older.
Yeah, and some children be rebellious or disobedient because they are spoiled. Their parents give them too much of what they want, and they think, I can do this, I can do that. They think they can do anything. So you have to set boundaries for your children, and you have to set, as we all know, there's reality and there's expectations. You have to set the reality straight for your children, and you have to set the boundaries, let them know what they can't cross, because you need to show them that you're the boss. Next time they'll respect you and they won't do the wrong thing they've done. And for rebellious children, do you guys think you gain anything from it in the long run? Because few people might just be rebellious to be cool. People think it's cool to be rebellious in front of their friends just to show off that, oh, I can talk to my mom like this, I can talk to my dad like this, and they won't do anything to me. What do you guys think disobedient and rebellious children gain in the long run?
I really think they don't gain anything. Some rebellious children just do it because they're spoiled.
Yeah.
Like, as parents, you guys shouldn't give your children immediately what they ask for.
Yeah.
You should make them earn it. Like, if they want a shoe, you should make them earn it.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't just give them everything. And discipline your children, not like beat them, but discipline them. Show them who's the owner, who's the boss, and yeah.
Yeah, because if you keep leaving your children to do wrong, your child will turn out bad. Because even in the Bible, Proverbs 13:24 says, whoever spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him is diligent to discipline him. That's just basically telling us you can't be leaving them to do whatever they want to do. When they do something wrong, you can't just be letting them off and be letting them off. You have to scold them so they know what to not do next time. What do you think about that, Treasure?
So like, I basically understand it, yeah. But like, when your child does something wrong, like, don't always beat them. You can scold them out of love. But I know when a parent beats their child, it's out of love. Like, they don't hate them. So like, you have to show kindness to your children. And that's how your child even becomes rebellious. From showing them hate and beating them out every day. The child is going to become rebellious from that. So like, that's not good.
Yeah, because you don't always have to beat your children, because when you beat them, your child is going to get a reason to say, oh, I'm in such an abusive household, I don't want to be here anymore. They start be acting like you can't tell them what to do, you're hitting them, you can't lay your hands on them. So show them love sometimes. Of course you can scold them, but show them love after, so they can know that they're loved and they're in a household filled with love. Because it's not always supposed to be bad vibes, you're supposed to fill it with good vibes. And also for rebellious, when you guys if you had a rebellious child, how would you go about it?
I wouldn't tolerate that. I would not let my children be rebellious. Obviously, I'll give out to them, but I wouldn't take it too offensively to start hitting my children. But I wouldn't like to have a rebellious child. I'll make sure they earn something before I give it to them. I'll make sure that I'm always there for them, show them love, so they can know that I'm the father and I'm always there for them.
What about you, Treasure?
So like, if you have a rebellious child, you actually need to pray as well, because God can change a child into like what you want them to be. But like, you shouldn't beat them. I understand where David's coming from. But like, if like the thing they did was so bad to the point you have to beat them, understandable. You can go and obviously go and beat them. But like, scold them out of love, and after, at least if you're a good parent, like, you can at least say sorry to them and say that, like, scold them and say, I know what you did was wrong, but I'm sorry for beating you. Can we just continue from here and set like a new leaf?
We haven't even really talked about what Treasure said. Treasure talked about prayer. Prayer is one of the most big input. Prayer is the key word in this topic. It's one of the key words in this topic. You have to pray, because praying, you have to ask God to help you, because you can't take care of a rebellious child on your own. It is actually very hard. A lot of parents will tell you that you have to bring God into this. God will help you. Just be doing the right thing for your child and pray at the same time, because I guarantee you, God will help you. And if you guys had a rebellious child, if you've seen, say, example, you're a parent, and you've seen your child is starting to get rebellious, how would you stop it before he gets rebellious?
From a Christian home, no child should be rebellious. Because they should know their boundaries and they should know where they're coming from. And if I had a rebellious child, and as I am now as a Christian, I'm going to have to put a lot of prayers into that. Ask God, like, I'll show him love as well. Not only prayers, but physical things as well.
Like, from a young age now, you should get to know God and grow your relationship with him. Because like, over this quarantine, we have so much time to get to know him. So like, as you're growing up, your relationship will come closer. And as you're praying with God, as you're praying for your child, like, and you're trying to heal them from being rebellious, you already have a relationship with God. So the relationship will become stronger and everything like that. So like, that's good.
Those are perfect. And as Treasure was saying, you already have a relationship with God, so God will be there when you call on him. And you just have to pull God. You have to call your children's names for God. You can't just say, oh God, heal me, because you might have multiple children. You have to call out your child's full name. I guarantee you God will actually come and help you. And for disobedient children, how do you think parents like let them get spoiled, if you guys understand that?
I think that parents nowadays, especially young adults,
Yeah,
they really let their children do what they want and make their own decisions.
yeah,
Like as a parent, you're meant to set things, like set rules, set boundaries, tell your children what to do. Don't let them do their own thing and make their own decisions.
yeah,
You can't let your children be selfish, or like bring your children somewhere and they say no. You have to like let them know what they do and
Yeah.
tolerate them properly.
yeah. As David was saying, you can't leave your child to themselves, because even in the Bible it says any parent that leaves the child to their own is leaving the child to their own destruction. So that Bible verse there is very self-explanatory. If you leave your child by themselves, you're leaving them to destroy their own life. So you have to guide your child in the right way. You have to guide your child in the right path until they're of age. Obviously, you'll still be taking care of them. Like, of course, when your child is 18, they're big and they'll be able to do things on their own, but they're going into the real world, into the big person's world. So you still have to guide them and show them the right way. But yeah, don't just leave them to just go off when they're 18. That's what a lot of parents tend to do. You have to guide them and show them the right way so they can follow in that right path. Especially if the child has siblings, that oldest child, you show them the right path, then they will show their siblings the right path as well. But in general, being a disobedient child just doesn't pay off in the long run. It is not good to be a rebellious child and not good to be a disobedient child, because a lot of people are going to lose trust in you, especially your parents and your family members. They are going to start looking at you like they don't know who you are and they're very ashamed of you. So just do not be a rebellious child. Do you guys have anything to put in to conclude?
Yeah, I just have to say that, like, what do you think God gives us parents for a reason, like to scold us when we do something wrong.
Yeah.
When we have parents, they're like our second guardian angels, like they guide us and then into the right things. Like, which parent would really put you into the wrong path?
Yeah.
Parents don't do that. We have parents for a good reason. That's why we have them.
Yeah, and most of us in this world, God have guided us and led us onto the right path. So as you were saying, most children let the 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds leave the house and let them do what they want. But no, has God led you onto this world, you should lead them as well.
Yeah.
You should help them get a job, get a degree, get money, get an apartment as well. You shouldn't just leave them for them to suffer or just like set boundaries for them. That's
Yeah.
usual.
Like, what I'm trying to say, like it's basically a race. Like, you need God to finish the race.
Yeah.
If you don't have God, you can't even start the race.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Take the wheel and make sure you know what you're doing as well.
Yeah, I like what you just said. You need God to finish the race. You can't start the race without God, and you obviously can't end the race without God. Running a race without God is like running a race without your badge number. If you get to the end and you finish the race without your badge number, and you're not going to win, because it's not going to count. So always have God by your side. And I hope you guys enjoyed the topic of today, which was why it's not good to be a rebellious and disobedient child. And we're just going to end here. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to tune in on the next show and be a part of it, to call in, you can reach us through our phone number, which is 089-967-5930. You can also reach us through our email address, which is urockmagazine@gmail.com. And you can also reach us to Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, which is Urock Media 1. So thank you all for tuning in and have a very blessed day.
Thank you for having us.